Oh, yes. Okay. I am live right now. And for those of you who are here with me right now, let me know if you can hear me, because that would be an amazing experience, me talking and you not hearing it. So, okay. What I want to first start with is, first of all, wish you all a very happy new year. I think, we kind of know that the bar, and I was saying this, I was reading this, the bar is not high for 2021. So, but what we can definitely make of it is learn our lessons from 2020 and make 2021 a better year altogether. So, why not? That is totally possible. Okay, hi Lorenzo. So you're here. Uh, Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Um, and that means that you can also hear me. Yes? Please let me know. Okay. So here's what I wanted to talk to you about today because we're now all about New Year resolutions. And what I want to talk about is rather more long lasting solutions as opposed to New Year resolutions that rarely seem to work. So yeah, okay. So, Lorenzo, thank you for commenting and thank you for being here. So, that's awesome. When I get feedback, I mean, we all need feedback so that we can develop that, so that we can continue doing something, so that we can tweak with some things. So, what we're going to be talking about today is forming versus integrating new habits. And I hope this helps you all um, create more permanent solutions because this is an important bit to know when we're talking about long-term high performance. Again, we're not necessarily, and I know you're all making your short-term, mid-term, long-term goals, and that is fine. When you're looking at long-term, and especially when we talk about high performance, and we've talked about this last year as well, but I think as we move on into 2021, it's important to talk about high performance that's sustainable. And I've talked to a lot of small business CEOs and corporate team managers and about helping them work together with their teams. So maximizing the impact that they make as a leader and also the impact that their team members make as leaders as well when it comes to who can take the helm over a situation when that is my expertise, when that is when I can contribute at my best. So we all kind of know um, that it takes about 21 days to form a new habit, right? But again, and that is the twist here, if you want, is okay, 21 days as long as they are continuous. They're not 21 days spanned across the year. Okay, Lorenzo says, I always use the word tweak. Change makes people feel a bit uncomfortable. Well, I think you're right, and I love this use of tweak. I think change is always going to make us feel uncomfortable, right? But even and I have to say this goes very well with what I want to say about creating new habits, because new habits are also one way or another a way in which we want to change something, right? Something for the better. Not necessarily that something doesn't work. We just want something that helps us more, that maybe wasn't even there to begin with. So, okay, it takes 21 days to form a new habit, right? So, regularly doing something for 21 days so that we form that habit. And I can give you an example of, having an exercise routine. I mean, I know this is a big deal right now. And this is also something that we're not very good at maintaining across the year. So we're probably good at it in January, maybe a little bit in February, and then we become too busy to really maintain that habit. And that is because there is this difference between forming a new habit and maintaining it and integrating it. So it takes 21 days to form it, right? Well, let me tell you, it takes 90 days, 90 days to integrate that habit, and so that we also start experiencing some of the benefits of that habit. Because let me tell you, I mean, and you go ahead and let me know how that works for you. But anyone who started with creating new routines, new exercise practices, or self-care routines, this is where I've seen people trying for maybe once or twice and then giving up because something else happened, and because maybe that routine wasn't what worked for me. Maybe it wasn't that important. Maybe it wasn't what I needed, or because that's why I also don't find time for it, right? When something is important for us, we're gonna find time to do it. And here, just let me tell you why I think self care is an important part of self care as in personal care, right? Like, this is, when we think about it, this is something that is part of our personal private life. Well, our personal private life, we've been sharing it a lot with other people as we've done this virtual work and remote work in the past almost a year now. So, and plus, this kind of personal self care that is important for my professional business performance, right? If I'm not prepared, if I don't have anything in my cup that I can share, that can help me share with others, then how long can I be at that level where I perform well, where I perform in high levels, right? How long can we keep that up for? That's why it's important to understand how integrating new habits works. And the reason I'm saying 90 days is because of this. It's because initially, the first 30 days, they're going to be hard. And the reason why that happens is, think about it this way. You start your exercise routine. Let's go with exercise because I think we can all resonate with it, no matter what that exercise is for you, right? You think about your own situation. It can be, I don't know, running. For me, it is. And I kind of miss it because now it's cold outside and I can go out running. Running, yoga, workouts, whatever feels good to you, and whatever you're trying to integrate in your own life as a habit, right? So it will take you 21 days to form that habit. And that means doing something every day so that you keep that habit in place. But guess what? The first 30 days are going to be hard. And the reason I'm saying that is because we don't get to experience the benefits of creating that new habit, the benefits of having that new habit fully during the first 30 days. It's tough, it's hard, and maybe my muscles are gonna hurt. If I haven't been using them for a long time, they're gonna hurt for sure. So not only am I not experiencing the benefits, but I'm getting to experience the pain. So that is why the first 30 days are hard, because it can be also painful. And if I use this example of creating a new exercise routines, by the way, the same thing goes for creating new skills, because to me, skills are like muscles. And I've talked about this and I'm not going to dive into it right now, but it's like whenever we are looking at forming a new skill of developing, learning, developing, and then mastering the skill, it's going to be the same thing. At the beginning, it's going to be painful, it's going to hurt because there might be some muscles that I haven't been using for a long time. So obviously, that will be painful. Um, yes, Lorenzo, exactly. I think we need to have a mindset shift, which takes time, but it will pay off in the long run. Exactly. It pays off in the long run. We just need to have that patience and persistence as well to keep doing things so that we get there, so that we get to experiencing the benefits. Um, so that is, oh, and yeah, okay. Thank you for sharing your example. I was able to give up on chocolate and bread for 3 months for the past 2 years. I started with 30 days. The first 2 weeks were hard, but then it got better and I felt proud of myself. Exactly. It's how also how it makes us feel, right? Um, but now I'm back to eating bread and chocolate. Okay, so there you go, right? So, okay, started with 30 days. The first 2 weeks were hard, and then it got better. But you just got to that point where you started to feel proud of yourself. But again, you haven't experienced the benefits of integrating that. So what happens after the first 30 days is that you get to have a look at what worked, what didn't work, what I want to change so that it actually works with my style, with my schedule, with my needs. So it's all about tweaking. So think about in your example, let's use Lorenzo's example because he's here with us and sharing, right? If we look at that example, that's a very good example of, okay, I started and I felt proud, and then I went back to my old habit, because that's what happens when we don't tweak so that we can actually integrate it, and it only becomes natural. It's like driving. Like, of course, after I've been driving for 3, 6 months, a year, 2 years, of course, it will be almost automatic. I'm not even gonna think about all of the things that I'm doing, because obviously I'm doing them. It's a no-brainer. But at the beginning, it's not a no-brainer, and it's hard, and I'm shaking, and I don't know where to look, and I don't know what to do, and it's like it's hard, right? It's the same thing. So after the first 30 days, you tweak and schedule the next 30 days with the changes that you want to integrate. So, getting back to our example on creating an exercise routine, if I see during my first 30 days that if I schedule 30-minute sessions every day, and I can't do 30 minutes every day. It's just not doable for me. It's not reasonable for me to expect that. Well, if that happens, then that means I need to tweak it, right? And I need to tweak it maybe on a daily basis. Maybe there will be days when I can do that for 10 minutes. And maybe there are days when I can exercise for 1 hour. All I need to do is notice what works on which day and have that scheduled in my calendar. So whatever it is that you do, have that scheduled because that personal self-care is your business and it's an important business and it helps you perform in business. That's it. They're not two separate things. Your personal self and your professional self are yourself. They're both just one thing. And the way you take care of yourself is going to have such a big impact on on your level of performance at home and at work. It's it's the same thing. So give it time with every bit of transformation that is important to us, that is relevant to us. Nothing happens overnight. No important transformation happens overnight. We just have to give it time, and we have to give it time well in a focused way. I'm not going to sit and wait for it to happen because if I sit and wait, it won't happen. So I'm taking action, and I'm also taking regular, consistent action, looking towards results. That's what I'm doing. And that's when I start noticing what works. That's when I can see what I can tweak in how I implement that new habit in my new schedule, in my life, in my work life, in my home life. They're both life. I mean, right? We spend a lot of our life at work. We might as well make that a great experience as well, right? So start with the first 30 days. Schedule time in your calendar because that's how you're going to see the reminders. That's how you're going to be able to also plan both your personal time and your professional time. And they're both important. They're both an important part of the business. It doesn't work any other way. Think about it. You can't pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself first. That's it. And the way you do it, you will know best because you will know your schedule, right? This is why it's important to schedule that. Okay. And then you monitor and tweak for the next 30 days. And the last 30 days of the 90 are going to be beautiful. And that's when you start enjoying the results. That's because the results start to be visible. That's when you will start seeing the benefits over and over and over again, right? So that is why it takes 90 days to form a new habit. And we're not talking just about forming new habits, we're talking about changing behavior here, right? You want to change behavior, you need to take consistent action towards changing the behavior to getting the results that you want to get. And sometimes when we start, we are not even clear of what results, of all of the results that we're getting. We know we want to get there because we want to improve I don't know, we want to be in a better shape, we want to be healthier, but we don't know necessarily that in those last 30 days, we might be feeling happier, more fulfilled, more productive. We're going to start seeing results and benefits that we haven't necessarily imagined when we started this journey of transformation. So, what I want to um, ask you, okay, see how this works. And if you're looking at your own New Year resolutions, just know that for them to have long lasting effects and for you to be able to implement them and really fully enjoy them, you need to allow at least 90 days of continuous practice and tweaking and monitoring and noticing. Now, what I also wanted to say is that I will be starting a live Q&A series for small business CEOs and also corporate managers, um, to help them become the dream bosses that they always wanted to be. Because the dream was to have that dream career, to build that dream team, and to be a dream boss. It wasn't to have a nightmare situation around you. So, starting this series. So, what I would like to ask you, because I will start posting more about this, because I know like people have had so much, so many issues with motivating themselves, motivating others as we started to shift into this new way of work, into creating the future of work as we go. And we're really creating and recreating it right now still. And we don't know exactly where that takes us. We just know that we need to do something now so that we make it sustainable for ourselves and for our teams, for our businesses, and for our organizations. So this is why I'm starting this series. So what I would like to ask you is to share your questions with me, and I'll be sharing my answers with you. So either message me here or you can email me at all@personalskillscoach.com, and I will, in all of the live Q&A sessions, I will get to answer your questions around how do we motivate our team? How can we improve team performance and team engagement? How can we maximize team member potential? If I'm a leader, what do I need to do? How do I go to bring on the right people for my team, for my organization, for my small business? What do I need to do to make sure that they can work well together and then everybody's clear on what they need to do and how they need to do it? That is what I've noticed from all of the work that I've been doing with, especially with managers and with small business CEOs. It's the struggle of finding a little bit of balance and of stability, and in helping people discover or maybe rediscover some of their superpowers, helping their own teams discover their superpowers, and also trouble with engagement levels, motivation levels, um, and anxiety. I mean, that was a huge part of the discussion in 2020. And as we move into 2021, again, uncertainty is going to be part of our daily schedule anyway for the foreseeable future. We don't know yet exactly how this is going to work out. So, thinking about what we can do now so that we can bring brighter days a little bit later, not sit and wait, but take action and create new healthy habits for our dream teams and our dream businesses and our dream organizations. Okay, so share your questions with me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here again for the live Q&A series for small business CEOs and corporate managers. In the meantime, make it an absolutely great week. Think about your goals, think about your habits, and start implementing them. 90 days. Remember this number. Okay. Thanks a lot and see you around. Bye bye for